Have you ever noticed that peculiar, almost sacred silence that arrives after a long period of struggle? It's not an empty silence, but a full one, a quiet so profound it seems to hum with possibility. If you're feeling that now, if the storm of emotion has finally passed and left you standing in a landscape of unexpected calm, then you, beautiful soul, have just completed one of the most sacred journeys a heart can undertake. This wasn't merely about surviving a painful ending. This was a profound initiation, a spiritual upgrade conducted in the hidden chambers of your own spirit. That heaviness you carried? It was the weight of a version of yourself you were destined to outgrow. The release of that weight has fundamentally altered your energetic signature, tuning you to a new frequency, one that doesn't beg for love, but magnetically commands it. You are no longer who you were. You have been refined in the fires of experience, and you now stand on the precipice of a life that is not just different, but divinely aligned. The universe has been patiently waiting for you to complete this transformation, and it is now holding its breath, ready to respond to the powerful new signal you are broadcasting. This is not a time to look backward with longing, but to stand in your present power with awe. Because the love and opportunities now moving toward you are not random acts of fortune. They are the inevitable, breathtaking echo of the work you have done. Let's talk about the silence after the storm. That peculiar, almost unnerving quiet that settles in once the tears have dried. The frantic analyzing has ceased, and the emotional roller coaster has finally ground to a halt. You've done the work. You've felt the searing pain of separation. You've untangled the cords of karma and expectation, and you've laid an entire past to rest at the feet of your own forgiveness. And now, there's nothing, a vast open field within your soul where a bustling city of attachment once stood. And your human instinct, that brilliant, survival-oriented part of you, is probably screaming to plant something, anything, in that soil immediately. To build a new fantasy, to call an old flame just to check in, to download a dating app and start swiping, to fill the void with noise, any noise, because the silence is just too damn loud. But what if I told you that this emptiness is not your enemy? It is not a sign of failure or lack. It is, in fact, the most potent and sacred spiritual tool you possess in this moment. This is the strategic power of the energetic vacuum, and understanding it is like being handed the key to the universe's back office. Think of it like this: you've just spent months, maybe years, renovating the most important house you'll ever own, your energetic home. You've ripped out the moldy carpets of old heartbreaks, repainted the walls with a fresh color of self-worth, and fixed the leaking roof of your boundaries. The renovation is complete. The house is pristine, beautiful, and finally empty. Now, would you immediately run to the town dump to furnish it? Would you drag in that soggy, broken couch of a situationship just because it's familiar and available? Of course not. You wouldn't even go to a regular furniture store. You'd wait for the perfect, bespoke pieces that are crafted specifically for this new, elevated space. You'd allow for the possibility of a masterpiece. That empty, renovated house That's your vacuum. And nature, the universe, source, God, whatever term resonates with your soul, abhors a vacuum. It is a fundamental, non-negotiable law of energy. Emptiness is not a passive state. It is an active magnetic force. It is a cosmic invitation, a divine sigh of readiness that sends a ripple through the fabric of reality, calling in precisely what is a vibrational match to the new frequency you've worked so hard to achieve. But here's the catch. The universe will only fill the space you consciously and courageously hold open. When you rush to fill that space yourself with a rebound, with obsessive planning, with rehashing the past, with the comforting drama of the same old story, you are essentially slamming the door in the face of a miracle. You're saying, no, it's okay. I've got this. I'll handle it with this lesser known quantity. I don't trust you to bring me something better. You cancel the order before it ever has a chance to be delivered. Your job, beautiful soul, is not to find your new life. Your job is to become the impeccable guardian of the empty space where your new life is destined to arrive. This is the real work. This is where your spiritual mettle is tested. It means setting boundaries that feel like a love letter to your future self. It means saying a gentle but firm no thank you to the third date with the nice person who just doesn't light you up because you're no longer negotiating for crumbs of attention. It means deleting the ex's number not out of anger, but out of a profound respect for the sacred invitation you've just issued to the cosmos. It means sitting in the solitude and, instead of panicking, whispering, I am ready. I am holding this space for the love and opportunities that are destined for me, and I will not settle for anything less. This vacuum is your faith made manifest. It is the physical embodiment of your trust that the universe is not punishing you, but preparing you. It is the quiet, unwavering knowing that the same intelligence that orchestrates the turning of planets and the changing of seasons is also orchestrating the perfect alignment of hearts and circumstances. Your emptiness is your greatest act of co-creation. And the best part? The universe always reciprocates with something far greater than what you could have scavenged for yourself. It doesn't just fill the space, it fills it with a resonance so precise, so perfectly tailored to the soul you have become, that it can feel like magic. It's the job opportunity that feels like it was written for you, the synchronicitous meeting, the love that feels less like a discovery and more like a remembrance. So the next time you feel that ache of emptiness, that quiet void, I want you to smile. Touch your hand to your heart and thank it. Thank that space for its immense magnetic power. Honor it, protect it fiercely. For you are not empty, you are expectant. And what is on its way is so much grander than anything you are trying to let go of. You've mastered the art of release. Now, master the art of allowing. And just wait until you see what your sovereign energy has been calling in all this time. But that's a conversation for another day. Okay, beautiful soul, you've done it. You've held the space. You've protected that sacred vacuum like a spiritual ninja, saying no to the crumbs and trusting in the feast to come. You can feel the upgrade humming inside you, a new frequency of self-worth, a quiet knowing that things are different. You feel lighter, clearer, more you. But then you get out of bed, you spill your coffee, your boss sends a frustrating email, and suddenly that high vibe celestial feeling feels a million miles away, like a dream you can barely remember. What gives? Did the upgrade fail? Absolutely not. The upgrade was never meant to live only in the ethers, in those perfect moments of meditation or prayer. That's just the download. The real gritty, glorious work, the magic that actually changes your life, is what I call sovereign embodiment. It's the often missed step of weaving those heavenly insights into the very fabric of your earthly existence. It's about building a bridge between the soul you've become and the life you're actually living, brick by daily brick. Think of it this way: receiving a spiritual upgrade is like a master electrician coming into your home and installing a brand new, state-of-the-art electrical system. The potential for every light to burn brighter, for every appliance to hum with efficient power, is now wired into the very walls. But if you then walk over to an old wobbly lamp with a frayed cord and a dusty 40-watt bulb and try to turn it on, you're not going to experience that new power. In fact, you might just blow the bulb. Sovereign embodiment is the process of consciously upgrading all your lamps, your habits, your routines, your conversations, your choices, so they can finally handle and express the incredible new current flowing through you. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's one thing to feel worthy during a morning affirmation. It's a completely different thing to act worthy when negotiating a salary, or to speak your worth when someone tries to disrespect your time. Your spirit might know you are a magnet for aligned love, but does your dating profile reflect that? Or does it still whisper of seeking validation? Your heart might know you are whole and complete, but do you still rearrange your entire schedule for someone who treats you like an option? This is the mystery and the immense power of embodiment. It's not enough to think the thought, you must inhabit the truth. You must let this new energy inform your posture, your tone of voice, the way you spend your money, the food you choose to eat, the media you consume. It's making the choice to go for a walk, not because you hate your body, but because you love it and want it to feel good. It's deleting the toxic group chat, not with drama, but with a quiet, unshakable peace. It's spending a Saturday night alone, not with loneliness, but with the profound pleasure of your own company, because you are no longer afraid of the silence you've learned to cherish. This is how you signal to the universe and to every potential partner that you are serious about your upgrade. You're not just talking the talk, you're walking in a new way. You are grounding your celestial download into your terrestrial reality. And that is irresistibly magnetic. It announces to the world that you are a sovereign being, a fully integrated ruler of your own life, who has united the divine with the daily. You are no longer a soul having a human experience. You are a human being soulfully. And that coherence, that alignment between your inner truth and your outer life is the most powerful attractor field there is. It turns the fantasy of a twin flame reunion into the tangible miracle of a sovereign partnership. Because you're no longer waiting for someone to complete you. You are already complete. You are simply ready to meet another complete being and build something magnificent together. And the most fascinating part? This embodied sovereignty doesn't just attract love, it begins to rewrite your entire story from the inside out. But how that happens is a tale for next time. So here you stand, not at a finish line, but at a breathtaking new vantage point you carved out for yourself. With every difficult choice, every silent tear, and every act of fierce self-honor. Look back for just a moment, not with longing, but with awe. See that winding path through the valley? You traveled it. You felt its every rock and shadow, and you have emerged, not merely scarred, but sculpted, tempered, authentic. This was never just about getting through a painful cycle. This was a sacred metamorphosis conducted in the private chapel of your own soul. You weren't just clearing out old baggage. You were methodically, lovingly dismantling an entire reality that could no longer contain the grandeur of who you were always meant to become. The aching void you felt? That was the death rattle of a constellation of patterns that once felt like home, but had become too small for your spirit to breathe in. And the luminous emptiness you now protect? That is the hallowed ground of pure potential. The silent, pregnant pause between the final note of an old song and the first, thrilling chord of a symphony you will now co-compose with the universe itself. You have done the most revolutionary thing a human soul can do. You have chosen the wholeness over a fragmented fantasy. You have traded the draining drama of chasing for the serene power of magnetic attraction. You are no longer a seeker pleading with the cosmos for a sign. You are a sovereign, standing in your truth, and your very presence is an invitation to grace. And now the universe leans in. It has been watching, not with judgment, but with profound respect for your process. It has held the blueprints for your new life in its hands, waiting with the infinite patience of stars for you to complete the renovations. It waited for you to stop looking for the light at the end of the tunnel and realize you are the light, and the tunnel itself has dissolved around you. The love that is coming is not a reward, it is a resonance. It is not someone who completes you, but someone who recognizes the masterpiece of completion you have already forged within yourself. The opportunities that are circling are not lucky breaks. They are energetic echoes, the universe's perfect and logical response to the new frequency you now broadcast with every thought, every action, every embodied truth. This is the great secret they don't tell you. Your twin flame journey was never about finding a missing piece of you out in the world. It was about becoming so entirely whole within yourself that you could recognize and celebrate that same wholeness in another, without need, without fear, without the desperate energy of completion. You are now ready for that kind of miracle, not a fairy tale, but a meeting of two sovereign suns, choosing to orbit a common center of gravity, amplifying each other's light. The cycle is complete. The new one is already breathing, its rhythm syncing with the beat of your own hopeful heart. You have prepared the soil. You have aligned your energy. You have become the living, breathing invitation. All that is left is to open the door and welcome the magnificent life that has always been yours. It's already on the porch, knocking,